through ethnic studies, what we're seeing is the institutionalization of anti-Semitism, where there's this idea that Jews are white, therefore Jews are the oppressor, and these other people are brown, and therefore they're the oppressed. And there's this whole idea that we've seen, unfortunately, since October 7th, that anything an oppressed group of people does to a so-called oppressor group of people is legitimized and it's acceptable. Hi, my name is Dr. Brandy. I am an education consultant with the Alliance for Constructive Ethnic Studies and also a member of the Coalition for Empowered Education. What's being proposed right now in the state of California is to require ethnic studies as an admissions requirement for the University of California system. So any student who wants to attend, for example, UCLA, regardless of where that student is from, actually, if the student can be located in Kansas, in order to apply for admissions to UCLA, that student would have to take an ethnic studies course in their high school before they'd be eligible to apply for admissions into the UC system. Right now, the faculty members, the UC faculty members, their committee that is proposing making the ethnic studies an admissions requirement to the UC system, right now they're kind of held in check with guardrails that were put in place with the California's high school graduation requirement for ethnic studies. They're put in place by guardrails that say, for instance, that certain ideas that are taught in the classroom can't be anti-Semitic. They can't discriminate, they can't display political biases. All of those things are guardrails put in place right now so that students aren't subjected to any type of discriminatory lessons or materials in the classroom. A way to kind of get around that has been proposed by the UC Ethnic Studies faculty group, which is the group that's behind making ethnic studies an admissions requirement. And many of those faculty members they've come out in support of a lot of very highly controversial ideas. So the UC Ethnic Studies Faculty Council issued a statement after the massacre in Israel by Hamas, the terrorist organization Hamas. They issued a statement in support of Hamas's actions, saying that the acts of terror were actually forms of resistance and that they stood alongside what Hamas and the Palestinians have done and are doing. So I was not surprised when I read the statement issued by the Ethnic Studies Faculty Council because they've been saying things along those lines for a long time. It was a little bit shocking that they felt very comfortable saying kind of the quiet part out loud for all to see and hear. But that's also beneficial because now we are very aware of exactly where they stand and why we have to stand against the proposals that they're making, like making their radical version of ethnic studies an admissions requirement. If applicants are required to take a critical or liberated ethnic studies course in order to apply to the UC schools, what that means is that the group of students that come into the UCs will be much more homogenous than we would hope. You're not going to get the viewpoint diversity and diversity of thought that you hope we would see across college campuses, because those are going to be students who have been trained to look at things through a very narrow ideological lens.